you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. So this story time, yes, you see the title, I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. Not really. Not too much. Not too much. Anyway, so it's very true that I was driving a stolen car, but of course, as you guys should know by now, with my story times, there's a catch. There's a catch. Okay, so this is like 2014, 2013, 2014 in that year, right? Okay, this is after the roommate. My bad, notification. I forgot to turn it off. Okay, so this is after the roommate from hell type situation. She had been gone for, I would say 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months? I think 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months, I think. Somewhere in that area. It might have been 4 or 5 months. So the job that I had was basically, it was contract work, and the contract work was winding down, and they ended up hiring me on. But I was trying to catch up process was jacking me up, to be honest. But anyway, I had gotten, the process, like trying to catch up, was kind of jacking me up. So what fell behind was I had got, you know how we do, we get a car with our income tax. So I got a car with my income tax from a buy here pay here place, to replace the car that I didn't have in that story. Yeah. So got a car from a buy here pay here place. Had the car for like, I would say like 2 or 3 months, but still like trying to catch up, trying to get things going. My insurance lapsed. Like I wasn't able to pay my insurance. But I had called them and I had told the girl, and I was like, tell them ask them if they can wait till Friday, because I'll be able to pay my insurance. So I think it was like a Monday. I think it was like a Monday, something like that. So she was like, okay, yeah, it's fine. I'll let them know. Well, lo and behold, she didn't let them know. So they came and picked up the car. Once they came and picked up the car, in order for me to get the car back, they wanted me to pay like a recovery fee and all these other fees, which I couldn't do. And so it was like, now I ain't got no car, which means I can't get to work to the job that I just got, which means I'm about to lose my place. So that was it for me. It was like, okay, forget it. I'm done. I'm leaving the city. I'm gonna go somewhere else. I was gonna move in with my sister in a completely, totally different state. Literally. Let's take an intermission. Okay. Sorry. So anyway, so I was going to I was selling all my furniture. I had made the decision. I was like, I'm leaving. That's it. I'm done. I'm over it. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be here because everything is going wrong. Everything is going wrong. So something got to give. Something has got to give. So I'm selling all my stuff, and I was like, I gotta go. My son and my cousin were literally begging me like not to leave. My cousin was calling me in the morning on her way to work, was calling me on her lunch break, was calling me on her breaks, was texting me, calling me, begging me not to go. She was like, move in with me, just move in with me and we'll figure it out. Like, just move in with me. Like, that's too far. I need you to be here. And I was like, girl, I don't want to live with nobody. I don't want to live with nobody. I just went through a whole situation. We cool. We chilling. I don't want to live with nobody. So she was like, but you're going to live with your sister. Right. But I'm going in a whole different place, and I'm going in a whole different state, and this is a new start, and I have no intentions on staying alone either. Excuse me. So she was like, girl, no. So she begging. So my son was like, Mom, please, I don't want to move. Like, let's stay here. I may not be close to my friends, because at this time when we were getting ready to leave, my son was getting ready to start high school. And he was like, please, I don't want to, if we have to leave, like, over here, I don't want to leave the state. Please, can we stay here? Like that way I'm still somewhat close to my friends. And I don't want to start my high school in a whole different state. So I thought about it, because it was like, high school is, like a hard time. So he not going to be starting high school with the kids he went to middle school with. Excuse me, because we moving on a whole different side of town. So at least let him stay in the state. So I gave in, moved in with my cousin, and I was like, girl, I'm doing this a month. 1 month. I'm giving this 1 month. And if I don't find a job, I don't get stuff going, I'm out of here. So in my mind, I was going to collect unemployment, because I had worked my contract gig. Sorry. I had worked my contract gig. So it was like, I'm going to pull unemployment for this month, and then we out of here, and I'm going to stack that money, and that'll help me just get on, right? Because at this point, I ain't got no job, I ain't got no car. So I was like, but in the meantime, I'm going to look. So if I'm supposed to be here, things will pop off, and if not, nothing will happen. Why, y'all? Why? Within a week, I found a job, and I was so mad. I found a job through the Department of Labor for a neurology practice. Why I was so mad? I was so mad. I was like, God, what are we doing? Like, why you couldn't let me find this in my place, like in my own place? The bus stop was right there. I ain't mind taking the bus. I would have took the bus. Why you ain't let me find a job over here in my own place? Now, don't get me wrong, I kind of understood it later on, because like my neighborhood was turning really bad. It wasn't ghetto anymore. It wasn't hood anymore. It was horrible. It was starting to turn horrible. They was doing drive-bys. It was horrible. It was starting to turn horrible. It was starting to get bad. So I kind of understood, like, it was time to go. So I was like, okay, cool. Now, before I moved in with my cousin, she was saying, like, you don't have to carpool, because where we lived, there was no bus line, and it was very hard to, like, you need a car, or you walking. And so I was telling her, and I was like, girl, like, how I'm gonna get around, how I'm gonna get back and forth. Y'all don't mind me. How I'm gonna get back and forth, like, what am I gonna do, like, as far as transportation? She was like, girl, I'll commute with my coworkers, because her job was right up the street from her place. I'll commute with my coworkers, and you could drive the car. Well, lo and behold, that didn't happen. Like, after I started work, within 2 weeks, she was like, you're gonna have to find transportation. You got to figure something out. Okay. So I ended up getting a car. Yes, I ended up getting a car. So I got this, I don't remember the year, but it was a Cobalt. I don't remember the year. It was gray. It was a 4-door door Cobalt, but it was an older model, because, baby, it was nothing in my car was automatic. Like, there was no key fob. I had to turn the key. To get in it. And what else? Oh, to get the windows down. Like, nothing when this car was automatic. Absolutely nothing. But it got me from point A to point B. I think I only had like 30,000 miles on it. It was a nice little car. My car payment was like $200 a month. It was a nice little car. But being at the neurology practice for a while, being me. And it was like, girl, I work hard. I want automatic. I want to be able to hit a button when I down my windows. Now, mind you, I wished I would listen to the dude when I bought the car, because he was like, the car was only like, the Cobalt was only like $5,000. $7,000. Seven. Yeah, like seven after interest fees and stuff, right? So 7 total. So he was like, pay this car up. This is what the salesman was saying. He was like, pay this on time, build up your credit, pay this off, and just hold on to this car, so that way if something happens, like if you want another car, that's fine, but if something happens to that, you have a car, like your car is paid for. This one, no, you ready. You done had the car for a good 4 or 5 months. You ready to trade it in. You ready to, it's like, I want an Altima. Let me go get my Altima. Let me get the Altima that I had previous. That I had previous. That's another story. That I had previous. So I was like, ooh, it's the same color. Everything in it is electric. It's the same year. I want it. I'm going to get it. Went to trade the car in. Well, once I saw the car, inquired about the car. Went to the dealership place, and it wasn't like a normal regular dealership place. Like, we were in almost like an industrial area, and the cars was like parked in the back, but it wasn't like a normal like car lot type situation. So came there, lady, she was like, you approved. You got approved through the financing company that we have. So all you have to do is put $1,500 down. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I ended up putting the $1,500 down, but the lady who came to take the money, and I was like, she smelled like she been drinking. So the sales lady, she was like, why would you give her your card if she smelled like she was drinking? Like, you know how like you talking to somebody and it's more like everything about what you doing is questionable. Like, she kept asking, like, even when I was filling out the application, she kept saying, like, you really want to do this? You sure you want to do this? You sure you don't want to keep your car? And I'm like, girl, what? Like, you supposed to be selling me the car. And so I was like, she smelled like she got alcohol on her. Like, has she been drinking? Like, when she took my car to go do the process, the down payment. And so she was like, but if she smelled like that, why would you give her your card? Which was true. Which, like, red flags being thrown. They just being thrown, and I'm not paying attention to any of them because I want this car. I'm ready to get out this Cobalt, and I want electric stuff. I want to upgrade. I want a bigger car, right? I want to keep out. So I was like, yeah, true. So she was like, I mean, you want her to refund you the money and then you just go? Like, literally, like, red flags. And I'm like, no, like, I want the car. She was like, okay. So finished process everything, and that it was somebody else there. They were buying a BMW, and she was giving them, like, she was doing the same like questions. Not like she was really selling the car. It was more like she was questioning everything that we were doing. I'm like, what the hell? So once my deal was finally done, everything was processed, got in my car and left. Pulled up to my cousin, and I was like, girl, come on, let me take you to Chipotle. Let me thank you for helping me. Like, you didn't have to let me move in. This is you didn't have to let me move in. This is my way of thanking you. This is my way of working with me, because like my first couple of checks had to go to my car and the down payment, because they was working with me, the Cobalt dealership. Well, the dealership where I got the Cobalt from, they was working with me. So I wanted to show like my appreciation or whatever, right? So she was like, girl, whose car is this? And I was like, mine. And so she was like, and I was like, what? She was like, oh, well, congratulations. I was like, right, I work hard, which I did. Like now, baby, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work. One thing about it, I'm gonna work. If the environment's straight, baby, I'm gonna work. Matter of fact, thinking about going back to work now. Crazy, I know. Anyway, so I'm in my Altima. I'm chilling. Everything is going well. Everything's going good. No complaints, no whatsoever. All right, so temporary tag is getting time for my tag, right? Temporary tag is running out, time for me to go to the tag office so I can get my tag. Go to the tag office, and the lady says, we can't give you a tag. Why? She was like, but there's no emissions. There's no emissions on the car. I said, oh, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me go get the emissions. I'll come back. She said, okay. So at this time, like, I got off work around 3. So it would take me an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour to get home from like traffic and whatever. So by the time I get to the SAG office, like, it's almost closing time. So it was like, okay, well, I'll go get the emissions, then I'll go back the next day. Excuse me. So went and got the emissions. Before I got the emissions, I called the dealership to find out. I was like, yo, so the lady who sold me the car, she answered the phone. Well, did she answer the phone? No, somebody else answered the phone, but I asked for her because I'm like, girl, why you ain't tell me, like, y'all ain't do emissions? So she got on the phone and I was like, why is there no emissions on the car? Was she still? No, she wasn't even at the dealership anymore. She had left. She quit. When I called the dealership, they was like, she quit. She's no longer here. But they gave me her cell phone number. Red flag. Red flag. They gave me her personal cell phone number. I called her cell phone and, like, cause I'm livid. Cause I'm like, girl, why would you sell me a car with no emissions? So I was like, what happened to the emissions? Like, what's going on? What happened to the emissions on the car? So she was like, I am so sorry. She was like, I no longer work there. She said, but I will personally pay for the emissions out of my pocket for your car. Because she was like, they did y'all wrong. Red flag. Still. Not even catching on. So I was like, don't worry. I was like, don't worry about it. Like, you're way on. Literally, she was way on the other side of town. Well, that dealership was way on the other side of town. I live way on this side of town. I'm gonna go ahead and get the emissions and go tomorrow so I can go ahead and get my tag. Go get my emissions. Go to work. Get off work. Go to the tag office. Bopping in there. Because I already got my emissions. Get up to the counter. Get up to the window. Gave the lady my emissions. Give the lady my insurance. Give the lady my driver's license. We can't give you a tag. I just gave you the emissions. Why you can't give me a tag? The taxes are not paid on this car. So the title is not clear. The whole process, the complete sale for this car is not complete. The dealership didn't pay the taxes on this car. So you need to go to the dealership to find out what they're going to do about the taxes that's not paid because the previous seller hasn't released this car. This car is listed as stolen. Ma'am, my temporary tag is expired. I need a tag. Unfortunately, Ms. Riggins, there's nothing we can do. Okay. So I go back outside and I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, okay, so yeah. Let me call the dealership again. Call the dealership, and it says,
the number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
so you're gonna Google, and I type in the company name, and it says permanently closed. So I'm going, what am I going to do? I need a tag. I'm going out of town. Something has got to give. I still have my tag for my Cobalt. I put the Cobalt tag on the back of the Altima and just prayed no cops scanned it. Because the temporary tag was expired. And in my mind, that was going to cause more attention than the tag that I had from the Cobalt. And going by the birthday system, I still had time, because at this point, I think it was like May, June, somewhere in that area. So I still have time, because like if they just look at the birthday system and not run it, we all right. But if they run them numbers, they're gonna realize this don't match that car. So I, in my mind, I assumed that's gonna work out. I'll find out like what the heck, what are we doing right now? So maybe like a day or two later, because the other lady, like, she ain't got nothing to do with it. Like the lady who sold me the car, me not paying attention to the red flags, should have listened to the actual man from the other dealership who sold me the Cobalt. Should have listened to him and kept the goddamn car. So like 2 days later, this company kept calling. Like this company kept coming up on my cell phone, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Who is this? Like they kept calling and not leaving a message. So I finally answered the phone, and I was like, hello. And then so of course they asked to speak to me, and then I was like, this is she. And it was like, hi, we've been trying to get in contact with you. We are the company, let's call them replacement. We are the replacement company, and we are taking over your car loan. Oh, okay. I said, okay, so are y'all responsible for me being able to get my tag? Because according to the tag office, I can't get a tag. My car is listed as stolen. He hasn't paid the taxes. Like, do you know anything about that? No, ma'am. Okay, so can you transfer me to accounting after you finish your welcome, whatever you got going on? He was like, yes ma'am, I can do that. Thanks. Transfer me to accounting, and accounting is gone for today, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever. They're gone for today, so I left a message. Didn't hear from accounting. Literally, y'all, I promise you, I am riding around with this tag on the back of my car. Riding around with this tag on the back of my car. Literally, for months. And I'm not playing, because it didn't get to the point where they did anything until December. December. And the only reason they did something with December, because I stopped literally like maybe a month before. Like, I didn't even pay the car payment. I was like, I'm not paying a car payment for something that I'm not able to. Like, at this point, my birthday was coming up, the tag was about to expire, my license was about to expire, My birthday's in December. I've been riding around like this. We've been going back and forth. You've been giving me the runaround. You've been telling me okay, we gonna fix it, we gonna fix it, we gonna fix it. And nobody is fixing nothing. And I'm riding around with this BS. So y'all are giving me the runaround. They didn't respond until I went to the BBB. So I had to complain. Complain to the Better Business Bureau. That got a response. That got them to call me and was like, oh, we've been working on it. We've been trying to figure it out. Like, we're in the same hole that you're in. So those people, the people that I bought the Ultima from, that I had traded in my Cobalt, y'all, they were shady as hell. Shady as hell. It was me and 7 other people. So it was 8 of us that they did that to. That bought cars, that taxes, nothing, the sales wasn't completed on, the cars was listed as stolen. So the new company who took over their stuff, and I don't even know how the hell that car lot maneuvered that shit, but they maneuvered that shit. All of us was listed literally as stolen. Like, I'm sitting here going like I'm in the Twilight Zone. And the only way they was like, we're going through the same thing. Like, we were scammed too. Like, we're going through the same thing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I need y'all to come up with something. I need another car, because I need to get out this car, because there's no taxes paid. I requested the car that I wanted. This is the type of car that I want. Come up with this car. This is the type of car that I want. What? And I was like, this is what's going on. So, and I was like, my license about to expire, my tag is about to expire, like something has to give. So literally the day after, yeah, the day after my birthday, I went to get my license renewed. And I think the 31st, I went to pick up my car. I went to pick up the car that I requested. The car that I requested, because I went to one of their dealerships, pulled in, left that Ultima there. When I walked in, dude was like, the dude that I was talking to on the phone who fixed it in finance, he was like, you just walk in, you ain't gotta worry about nothing, you just walk in, they should have your keys ready. When I walked in, this dude was like, oh, we're gonna have to, what kind of down payment you looking at? And yeah, he was like, what kind of car you looking for? And I was like, no. I was told I just need to come in here, walk in here, and pick up my car. So another man came in his office and he was like, oh, no. Her car is already ready. That's her car right here. She just needs to test drive. He was like, oh. Yeah. Yeah. Went, test drive the car, liked the car, cool. I got that car on December 31st. December 31st. I got that car. Literally got that car. Because I remember, I was like, how the hell you got me driving around in a stolen car? How did y'all even pull that off? How did y'all get all them goddamn cars and didn't pay the people, didn't pay taxes, and like, because literally it was from another state, but how did y'all even pull that off? And why in the hell am I riding around for months? Like, what? Like, literally I was going back and forth with the new company, like trying to convert loans. They was like, it's a big process, you haven't even paid your company. No, I haven't. I'm not, because I'm about to go to jail over something that I ain't got no control over, and y'all done bought, so y'all at fault. Because I done been calling your accounting person, and she keep telling me, okay, I'm gonna handle it, and she not handling it. She not doing it. She not doing that. So I gotta go to the Business Bureau, the BBB. I gotta go to the Better Business Bureau on y'all, which I did, and that's when y'all responded, and that's when I got my car. That's when I got my other car that I only had for 3 months. I'll tell y'all about that in another story time. I only had that car for 3 months. 3 months. When I tell y'all, nothing about this right here has been perfect. So the way I work and the way I bust my ass is for a reason. So yeah, that's the story of how I was driving around in a stolen car. I ain't steal it. I ain't no criminal. But it was stolen. It wasn't paid for. But it was in my name. So if I got pulled over, and I'm traveling and everything in the car, honey. Riding around like I ain't got the wrong tags on this car. In between that, I tried to trade in the car. Like, I would go and be like, okay, so listen. This don't have no tags. This is the tax is not paid for. What can we do? And they'll be like, nothing. Absolutely nothing. How you even riding around in the car? I got the old tag that I traded in on the back, and it was like, you can go to jail. I know, but I need a tag because I gotta go to work, because I gotta pay for the car that's stolen, and I got bills. I got a kid. So yeah, that's how I was riding around in a stolen car. That wasn't my fault. So don't be like me. Pay attention to the red flags. Just because you want something and you want something so bad don't mean it's necessarily needed. It might not be something that you don't need. My Kobo, I should have kept and paid it off. That $200 car payment went from $200. The awesome one was $5. That was like $4. It's like $3 something. Like $370. So it's $4. It's $4. So it went from $200 to $4. I should have kept it. But no. I should have kept rolling the windows down. But it's all good. So yeah. That's it. That's it for the story time. That's how I was driving around in a stolen car. So I'll continue the next story time when I tell it about how I only had the next car for 3 months, because it ties into this story. Yeah. Oh well. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. And I'll see you in the next vlog of story time. Bye.